to hold a vote on the bipartisan infrastructure framework. This was pushed by moderates as a way of decoupling and breaking the deal that was made amongst...
Can we stop calling these people moderate Democrats? They're not moderate Democrats. They're not moderate Democrats, you guys. They need to stop calling them moderate Democrats. It's such a horrible misnomer. They are not moderate Democrats. That's not moderate. What they're looking to do is not moderate. What they're looking to do is to basically like help the Republican Party. Like that's what they're doing. They're helping the Republican Party. Like that's exactly what they're doing. That's it. Anyways, let's just get to the footage because they don't talk that much. They only talk for like less than a minute before or less than 2 minutes before. And I think maybe like a minute after, but here's the meat of it.
From West Virginia, but here it is.
Let me talk if you can. Where are y'all from?
Where are y'all from?
Anybody from West Virginia? We have
Yes,
West Virginia?
we have a lot of West Virginians.
God bless you all. But gang, we're working hard. We really are. We're going to continue to.
He's working hard at making more money for his fossil fuel industry ties.
West Virginia, you know, West Virginia's a little bit different than it used to be.
There's a lot of poverty. What are you going to do for the poor in West Virginia?
We're going to be working everything we can to create good opportunities.
And we need to tax the rich.
Yeah, he's not doing any of that.
I definitely agree. That's the one number thing we should be doing is fixing the tax code so everybody pays their fair share.
That's bullshit, dude. You're totally, oh my God, dude. He is lying through his fucking teeth. Like, he is such a backslider, dude. He is such a goddamn backslider. He'll go and say one thing in the media, then he's got these people out on boats and he's spinning a different story. You know why? Because he's scared. Because the people are sick of his bullshit. He's fucking scared. He's a scared little fucking weenie boy. He's a scared little shit, dude. Like, screw this cat, man. Screw this cat. What is this patronizing fucking bullshit talking from the edge of his boat like he's up on some fucking higher plane or some shit? Let me talk to you from my ivory tower and tell you how everything's going just fine for you. Yeah, go live in it, motherfucker. Go live in it. Fucking sack of shit. What up, Now to Be?
I agree with you 1,000%. We're on the same page, gang. We really are. Well, we have
45.
We will get to that eventually, but right now we can't even take care of it. It's going to go broke in 2026. Let us fix and repair that first.
Tax the rich.
He is lying through his goddamn teeth, man. Look at him laughing. Do you guys get it? Like, he knows he's patronizing these people. He's sitting there laughing at them. He's laughing at their plight, dude. Like, that's what's disgusting to me about these politicians. He's legit laughing at them. He's laughing at them. That's not a nervous laugh. He really doesn't give a shit about these people. Like, he is laughing at them. He's not laughing with them. He's not, this isn't like, you know, something like that. He knows he's so full of shit. Oh, thanks. Glad you like the white hoodie. I was just saying earlier, I know it's warm outside, but I try to keep my house cold because I sleep better in the cold. So even if I got to wear a hoodie inside, I'd rather do that than turn the air up. We do that every year.
Is $6 trillion, right? $6 trillion, and we're talking about.
How much do you think that we spend every year on non-discretionary, basically non-defense?
Not that.
Really not enough.
Do you know we pay? Let me just give you all this.
I'm just saying we can afford. If we can afford
let me just tell you. Let me give you one little bit of information. Okay?
Let me just give you one little bit of information.
For you, the Republicans are likely to take over the Senate. We don't. This is like this is our one chance right now to pass the legislation.
If we don't do it right, do you think they won't repeal it so they take over?
If you don't pass this, we're gonna.
Yeah, they're not going to pass things like this for the people. They're not. This is our chance.
That's right. She's right, dude. She is so based. She is so based because she's saying everything that like the reporters aren't even confronting him on, right? She is saying everything the reporters are not even confronting them on. Listen to what she's saying.
The legislation.
If we don't do it right, do you think they won't repeal it so they take over?
If you don't pass this, we're gonna.
Yeah, they're not going to pass things like this for the people. They're not. This is our chance. We can't wait.
I love these.
So do you see what happened there? She's calling him out. She's out and like really listen, because there's a point that she says in there where she's saying if we don't do this, we're going to lose the midterms, and she's absolutely right. If Democrats plan on holding on to their seats in the midterm elections, they better goddamn well pass this shit, or they're going to lose their asses, because there's a lot of people that voted for them strictly because they thought that this shit was going to get done.
If we can afford this.
Wait, I got one little bit of information for you. The Republicans are likely to take over the Senate. We don't. This is like this is our one chance right now to pass the legislation.
If we don't do it right, do you think they won't repeal it so they take over?
Okay, so and then he's lying to them, okay, because this is a lie. What he said is a lie, okay. What he says is, well, if we don't do it right, they're just going to repeal it when they get into power. Well, Manchin, you know what you do? You codify it into law. You make it very difficult to repeal that. You can't just repealing things doesn't happen just by like the wave of a finger or a signature on paper, right? We know that. We know that it's once anytime that we've gotten a social safety net measure put into place that was wildly popular, they haven't been able to change that. That's why we still have Medicare. That's why we still have Social Security. That's why we still have public schools. Because we know that these public programs work. And once they started working, then we stopped having pushback. Because when they realized that their own constituency wanted these programs, they still want to get elected next term. So they're going to keep going, right? They're going to be, oh yeah, they might pretend that they're going to do something. We're going to reform Social Security. We're going to reform Medicare. I'm talking about the right, you know. They won't touch it. They will not touch that shit. They're not going to do it, guys. They just won't. It's that simple.
They're not going to pass things like this for the people. They're not. This is our chance. We can't wait.
I love these people.
I mean, unbelievable.
Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing? Just like the visual of people having to get on kayaks because the dude is off on his yacht. He doesn't even want to be in. There's a fly here. He doesn't even want to be in the area of. Geez. All right. Now I'm getting just.
Yeah, doesn't even want to be in the area of his constituents. He wants to talk to him from his built-up ivory tower and shit. You know. That's the name of the game, right? That's the name of the game. Oh, hey. Here, we got one on cinema, too. Should we just do a double duty? Might as well hit both the pieces of shit at once. Get it out of the way. I don't like having to shit twice.
Cinema's allies have some free advice for anyone trying to bully the wine-drinking triathlete into supporting Biden's $3.5 trillion budget bill. She doesn't play by Washington's rules, and she's prepared to walk away.
Well, walk away, Kirsten.
I don't know.
Walk away, Kirsten, because you're going to lose your ass in the primaries.
That's why she doesn't play by Washington's rules? I mean, this is such a strange...
Not a good look for whites.
A story like this gets written because Cinema sort of tells her her people to, put out this story, like this story, right? This is not a story that somebody says like, hey, I want to take this angle, and this is a story that is planned, particularly when it's like an Axios or Politico or Punchbowl. I mean, this is their sort of like, it's almost like sponsored content practically.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Is this an indication that they're feeling pressure?
Yes, it absolutely is. And she gave that away just yesterday. She put out this incredibly defensive statement. If you saw this, where she said,
we have this actually, we can pop this up too, but go ahead.
It's just, she said it's false to say that I haven't, that Senator Sinema hasn't, been participating.
Mike, are you asking if I'm hearing what they're saying, or are you triggering something?
Participating in good faith in negotiations, that I haven't, laid out what my concerns are, and that to me is one of the most hopeful signs we've gotten from her. Oh
yeah, Sinema does love wine. She went and did an internship at a winery in California, which I think is really odd considering we have a ton of wineries here in Arizona. You'd think she'd be wanting to help, right? Support the wineries in Arizona where she's a senator. But no, she decided to go out to California. And the winery happened to be owned by one of her donors. She also got paid for that internship, and she's not supposed to be taking money like that.
The entire time, because it shows that pressure does work, that she is feeling the heat. And it also opens up a window into what her Achilles heel is. So she is a very, very smart woman. She graduated high school. She struggled a lot coming up. I think she exaggerated it a bit, but she struggled a lot coming up. She was valedictorian at 16, graduated college at 18, got a PhD while serving in the House. Like, this is a very intelligent person. She also puts out these like ditzy vibes, and she knows that.
She does it on purpose.
As a result,
she's playing a game, you guys. It's a game.
Certain that she's
a character.
Underestimated intellectually.
She's become a caricature of herself
in a misogynistic way, like her entire life. And so that's a sensitive area for her. And so now here she is, being accused of not being serious, of not doing her homework, of not engaging in good faith in these negotiations. And that's the thing that prompted this defensive statement from her. So if that's the thing that that she feels defensive about, that she's not acting in good faith, then the only way for her to prove that she is to cut a deal.
Right.
Like, otherwise, that criticism sticks then.
But like the idea that we have to cajole this like woman's deep-seated insecurities, like about,
her insecurities. Her insecurities are not the problems of the taxpayers. Her insecurities are not the problems of the constituents. She needs to do the work for the constituents. And I can tell you here in Arizona, people are fucking pissed at her, dude. They are furious with her. Because the people that voted for her, the coalition that she built, wasn't just people on the left. She got a lot of independent voters too. And those independent voters, they want results. And they will switch teams. They swear no fealty. Okay? So, I hope she doesn't have aspirations for running in 2024 if she doesn't do this shit.
Unsympathetic to that position. I guess it all comes down to humanity, right?
Right. If you look at how, say, like an LBJ got things through, it was, all of the things that we know about, but it was also being like a remarkable reader of people and understanding what their vulnerabilities were and how to exploit them for what he needed.
Well, she
cut off her wine and she'll vote yes. I love it.
She's enormously performative, and I think that there also was probably a way to play into that impulse as well. I mean,
Join
she
Stella
dresses
Artois.
like a child. She wants to have the FU ring. How can you allow her to put up the FU without entirely tanking the Biden agenda? That's the needle that needs to be threaded here.
Right, and if she can get a ton of attention along the way, and then sign on, that could meet everybody's coinciding interests.
I think, well, there's two things that occur to me. One is parents regardless of how smart your kids are, don't put them too far ahead in
Right. What
schooling.
are you doing? Right.
Because they're gonna have social issues.
Yeah,
And
I think
that's
she
what it's just
seriously
sort of
lacks
honest
some
about. That's what
social
graduating
growth, to be
College at
honest with
18
you.
is not healthy.
No, I actually think that it's not, and we're seeing part of that is like
Why she
Condoleezza
wound up in the
Rice.
black bloc at 19.
at one-
Condoleezza Rice too, right? She was another. Didn't she graduate college at like 19
Probably,
herself?
It
Yes.
catches up. It catches up with you because then all of a sudden you're just like you're not a prodigy anymore. You're just like a smart person amongst people, and smart people aren't necessarily rewarded in our society.
Right.
So please, your kid could grow up to be a senator. Keep them with at least close to their age cohort, so they don't feel like they're
Right. And it's not just the misogyny. You're right. So she definitely would have been singled out for that. But right. So she's always like she was 16 years old, 17 years old around 20, 21-year-olds in college, and so they were condescending to her for that too.
It's insane that we have to have this conversation on some level, like Emma's saying. Like, it's just insane that we are, talking about, her personality in this context. But that is in part because.
Well, see, the problem is like you can't even say anything about her. That's it, and it drives me nuts because if you address any issues that you have with her to her office, like, hey, so here's a couple things that have happened with cinema that drive me insane, right? Okay. When she did the thumbs down curtsy to vote against the $15 minimum wage, people called her out for that. Her office said it's anti-feminist and it's misogynistic to comment on a woman's what did they say? It's misogynistic to comment on a senator and disrespectful to comment on a senator's body language. Since when? They do it to men all the time. I'm not buying that one. And then the second time they wanted to go lady boss, she was wearing the FU ring and took a picture of it, or F off, whatever it was, and took a picture of it and posted it on Instagram. What does she think that meant to all of her constituents? She told all her constituents basically to go eat a dick. Eat a big old fat bag of hairy pimply dicks at that. All right? So, and then when she got called out for that, they said it's misogynistic and disrespectful to comment on a female senator's clothing choices. Guys, this is the worst deflection. This is the worst deflection, like frickin' manipulation and gaslighting I've ever seen. I can't even believe this shit. I want my kids to learn coding and learn a few different languages. 4 kids and taught 1-2 different languages, English and French. That's awesome. No, I think kids do need that. I think linguistics are a very powerful way in which to understand the world. The more that we know that way, it really does broaden your understanding of not just of other people and other cultures, but even the etymology of the words that they use in their native language. You know what I mean? And that goes a long way. It teaches you that words carry a lot more weight, I think. And then the coding part of it, they go hand in hand. I mean, essentially, what is a language? A language is a code, right? It's a cipher, And so the same applies. I agree 100%.
There doesn't seem to be, like Joe Manchin, you can figure out. He's a pretty corrupt guy. He is so transactional that it's like even beyond, like, he's not even delivering. When he's delivering for West Virginians. He lives with them. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Like it's literally
them.
They're on part of that boat, they're sitting at his Thanksgiving table. But Kristen Sinema, it is very difficult to see what she gets out of this, because even if she gets the attention that you're talking about, there may not be a formal, it's
a net loss for her in Arizona because they wanted her to go all the way.
Chuck Schumer may not pour millions into her opponent's war chest or something. But I think there's going to be people who are just like, yeah, go ahead, and she's going to have a real problem in the primary. So it's really hard.
Right. And people have said, well, she wants to retire and become a lobbyist, but you can't alienate your entire party.
Right.
And then become a lobbyist. She could lobby Republicans, but if you're a corporation, you're better off hiring a Republican to lobby Republicans.
Yeah, why would you want to hire a Democrat to lobby?
Mark Kelly is showing that.
Why would you want to hire a Democrat to lobby for you if your interests are going to lie in the party opposed to them? You know, she hasn't cut her teeth enough as a Republican ally yet for them to want her for that. Now that could change. That could change very, very quickly.
You know, you can be, politically, Arizona is trending bluer. West Virginia is trending redder. And so she could coast on Mark Kelly style politics and be senator for life. And so that's I think what you're getting at with this like irrational, this question of the rationality of what's going on here. She could be a corporate friendly, center left Democrat and cruise, but clearly that's not what she wants.
Yeah,
so
it's
what
not,
does she want?
Exactly. The end game is not terribly clear. I mean, it's not hard to be a 2-term senator like the one you describe, and then go get a corporate job.
Right.
I mean,
that's what you
it's
want.
not like
that's there for the taking.
Like I mean, maybe the pharmaceutical industry is going to be like, come be a special VP. You can run our Instagram account.
Hey, what's up, Captain A. Jones? Listen, I'm going to do something different for you. Bah! Double knuckles.
Account or something for $2 million a year or whatever it is. Like, I mean, I guess that's possible, but it seems like, pretty narrow.
Right. And once the 2 million's gone, yeah, what do you do next?
What do you do next? That's a dead end job. I mean, because, there's going to be some other, new social media that's going to come
long
up behind
and low
you
and
you're
ready
gonna
to
be
go.
left out in the lurch, right? I mean, so folks, there's more of what you've just saw where that came from. That's if you hit the subscribe and like button.
Yeah.
Thank
so we just watched the total chicanery that is Manchin and Cinema. Oh boy, they're on another disaster tear, and Cinema is like going scorched earth now, which is kind of funny. Cap, I think she's feeling the heat. They're putting out a lot of statements real quick.